Commissioner, with respect to the LA situation in 2016 commentary regarding the possibility of the NFL being in LA for 2016, can you clarify that? Because from a development perspective, it would seem unrealistic unless you're going to play in a temporary stadium at that point. But can you clarify that just for those who understand real estate development?
Well, first let me just say we're focused on doing this right. If we go back to the Los Angeles market, we want to succeed for the long term, and we have a lot to do to get to that place. So we're not focused on 16. Obviously, if it did happen in 16, you'd have to play in a temporary facility. We could not possibly construct a stadium in that time frame. But right now, our focus is on the process, making sure that we're evaluating the opportunities in their existing markets, making sure we understand that, and also making sure that we understand what it takes to be successful in Los Angeles long term.
Roger, your thoughts on the St. Louis stadium plan? Do you see progress? Would you like to see more progress? Just what the status is there?
Well, you always want to see more progress, Jim, I think. But I think what they have done, I've spoken to the governor, our staff has been there. I think Dave Peacock has done a terrific job of formulating a plan. They have a great site. They have a site that I think is important for St. Louis to redevelop. Makes a perfect stadium site, as the governor told me. And I think they're working towards making it become a reality. And I think we need to continue that momentum. We need to continue the focus of making it a reality. And that's a positive. And I think the efforts that are going on there are very positive. Okay.
Los Angeles process.
I'm shocked you're asking about that. Sam.
Yeah. Assuming that you're going to continually work with the home markets and monitor those, have you identified steps in the process that we can expect to see, or is there a plan as far as that's concerned? And is there anything we might expect?
Just in Los Angeles?
Right, and anything we might expect by the May meetings in terms of presentations to you or to the Los Angeles Working Group or anything like that by May?
Yes, I do expect that we'll be hearing from all three teams, not only to the league staff, but also to the committee sometime in late April. We will likely report back to the membership again in May when we meet. There'll be a lot of dialogue. There's a tremendous amount of focus on the stadium alternatives, looking at those stadium alternatives, marketing studies in all of the markets, including current markets. So there's a great deal of work being done, and I would expect that will continue at a very disciplined pace.
Your level of concern in St. Louis that there's been virtually no communication between the owner, Stan Kroenke, and the city and the fans, and you have a fan base that could lose their team, and there really just hasn't been any communication with the owner.
Well, we certainly have had that conversation with the governor on several occasions. Our staff has been there on a regular basis, as you know, making sure that we're doing whatever we can do as a league, and I think it's a great deal, by the way. We've had a lot of experience in this, in putting together a stadium plan that can be responsive not only to St. Louis, but also to work for a franchise long term. And so we're trying to do our part as the league. Every management structure is going to deal with those issues differently. He has contact with his season ticket base, maybe not through him directly, but through the team. And that's something that he's going to have to decide how he's going to proceed on that basis.
Has there been discussion in terms of moving up the time frame for applying for relocation to the 2015 year? And is that something that you'll take up at the May meeting?
We've had some discussions within our committee of whether that time frame, if there was a relocation, whether that's the appropriate time frame to do so. There's a lot to do when you relocate a franchise. And what would be, if a decision is made earlier, would that give the teams a better opportunity to properly transition to a new marketplace, which is the goal if there is a relocation. So that's been discussed. We certainly have not come to any conclusion on that. We haven't ruled it out, though.
And have you talked to San Diego Mayor Faulkner recently, and what do they need to do to to keep the team in San Diego in terms of their process for a stadium?
I did speak to the mayor, I want to say it was the week before last. It was a very good conversation. He has a task force. We agreed to work with this task force to provide whatever resources we can from the league to help them address this issue in a responsible way. He's put a very aggressive time frame forward to try to get a solution. I think that's a positive step, and I encourage him to continue down that path, and if we can help, to please let us know. I believe our staff is going out to meet with the task force in the next week or two.